Welcome to Bravo, everybody. Welcome to Bravo, Bravo. Good to have you back, buddy. How many times can I make that joke without getting old?
I think at least once per time we come back.
Okay, excellent. Well, we got it out of the way early. Optic Gaming looking to continue this elimination bracket run. This time their opponents will be Akave Esports, our LATAM representatives, looking to, hopefully for them and their fans back at home, repeat the international problems that Optic Gaming had a little bit earlier today against the Australians of Mindfreak. But early on, pressure coming in from Akave. Almost got that bomb armed, well, not armed, I would say, certainly in a dangerous position as Magico has found the camo.
See what Drift? No, Drift is taken down. The bomb will be tossed out. So Magico going to have to slow play this. One thing I do want to highlight for anyone who hasn't been following Akave Esports over the past few weeks, found knows to check the Shroom stairs. At least camo will be burned for them. But if you haven't been following Akave Esports, some very good results taking games off of phase, even forcing them to a Game 5 in the online TSM Pro Amps. They're not a team to take lightly. Optic Gaming knows that really once they're putting these bracket runs together for the Elim bracket, you obviously can't take anyone lightly because there's no room for error.
And I think this is an important series for Optic just to make sure that they keep a level of consistency to their game. It's very easy when you go up against an opponent who you might feel that you can push aside a little bit when you're looking at the siege, you're looking at history, and you make a few mistakes that maybe don't cost you in this series, but get some bad habits going for some of the bigger teams that may be waiting around the corner, should they, of course, come through this series. But for Akave, what an opportunity it is, right? Let's go through, play Optic Gaming here in this elimination bracket run. Renegade needs to hit one bullet here, and finally does manage to do so. Just, again, just reiterate the strength of international Halo play.
3 dead here, bound. Last player alive, 4 dead, staggered. Lqgend will be up, but the bomb will be moving.
Certainly will indeed, and they've got indication of where Lqgend is. 2 players hunting him down at the moment, but Lqgend being elusive enough to stay alive long enough for Formal to come and chase those players down.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Just kind of cuts through the smoke there. It felt like I was watching something out of Hollywood, and Lqgend comes sprinting through the flames and gets away with it. It's a nice win for Leuor, but will eventually be taken down 2v2 momentarily on the map.
Full Dragon Force. Fire in the flames.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
He carried on. Bound now, trying to wrap this bomb towards the pink side and get it out of the base. Optic will be able to make a little bit of progress, but map control still for Akave Esports. You see they have those top middle positions. They've got coming up as well, and Bound finding very difficult to take a 1v1 at the moment. A lot of good pressure coming in from Akave.
It's taken down. 2 are dead. Icon needs to try to stay alive. They do have the opportunity if they can get these last picks, but Formal with a very key win. He's going to allow his teammates to spawn and now take some space. Bound also, honestly, with a good trade out of the base, but still on a camo opportunity. Back-to-back camos here for Akave Esports, excuse me.
2 in a row. And that is a lot of time to be invisible on the map. Leuor finds one in the base, Renegade finds one for Optic. A 2v2 momentarily on the map, though Akave now have the numbers advantage. And it looks like the spawners are the only players who are alive for Optic right now. An opportunity again for Akave to put the pressure onto Optic, and it's been one-way traffic so far.
How does Leuor get away with that? Finally, he's taken down, but it seems like he got away with murder, sitting and watching Fridge, and the flag flank didn't come around for a long time, but he even stays alive front base thereafter. So if you take a look at the raw numbers, Akave Esports is currently, just narrowly, but outslaying Optic Gaming.
I mean, if you're looking at map possession as far as distance control on the map, it's been all Akave so far. Finally, Bound is going to get up to top pink and be able to pick up a secondary kill here on Magico at the bottom of the pink tower. Shots onto Drift, but Drift with some very, very good shots himself. Acid looking to win his individual fight as well, and Renegade and Bound falling consecutively to straight 1v1s.
See what Formal could do. He knows the bomb is advancing. Wants to try to get with a great angle. Perfect timing to come out connector right as your teammate's going car 1. Really nice to see that synchronicity of that timing coming in from Akave. They have not made this easy. 1v1 on the map. Acid versus Lqgend as Lqgend runs the bomb.
Lqgend going to drop a nade. Acid going to challenge that nade will chunk away, and Lqgend will win that individual fight. Notice he's going to have a bit more pressure coming in. Drift, the next victim of the Frenchman. As Lqgend will now hold that bomb and wait for the support of his teammates. 3 dead for Akave momentarily. Still a player hovering in the back of the base though, but the support is now arriving. The Drift somehow managed to sneak behind enemy lines and will have to be dealt with before that bomb can be moved in. I mean, what a life for Lqgend.
Yeah, amazing there. Right now it's a 2v1. Leuor was the only player in position, and an arm will begin. Traded out. Look at the progress though.
He's getting this kill quickly. Magico though with a big kill in the back of the base, and it looks like Optic now with 2 players falling that were closest to be able to get their grubby little mitts on that bomb are going to be in a position to convert the start of the plant into an arm. Camo coming up again, the Leuor's going for it, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be 3 in a row here for Akave.
Leuor with another man, just as you say. Amazing control, not only of the Slays so far in many cases, but really it has felt like they've had the control of the game so far. Now, we haven't seen the bomb translate just yet, but still a lot of time for them to do so. But it feels like one arm could decide this game.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think depending on which way it goes, it can either be Akave being rewarded for the consistent pressure they've had for the majority of this game, or it could be Optic breaking their hearts a little bit with just efficiency. I think when you look back to the opportunity Optic had a few moments ago to get that bomb on, just a few things didn't quite go right. I think the player who was arming the bomb was hoping the beatdown would be enough for the second player to get the headshot to clean it up. And then all of a sudden it's a 1v1 at the back of the base. The bomb probably gets armed. But just little things not quite clicking in the big moments means we're still tied up at 0-0.
Dead. Wow, somehow Leuor gets away with that without trading initially. Will still be 2 down for them, so. It has been good pressure, but it does feel like all it's going to take is one opportunity for maybe Optic to collect themselves, and they could play spoiler to what has otherwise been. Man, great team shot again from Akave there. It feels like they're supporting each other in such an impressive way, the timing of it.
Yeah, I mean, you compare that to what we've seen in some of the individual fights that Optic have been playing with their BFBs, right?
Again.
You're seeing this bait and switch in the basics of Halo, right? Pushing in twos, making sure there's a couple of bandit rifles onto one player. You're going to win that fight most of the time. And Optic just struggling at the moment to find, I think, the teamwork that we saw a little bit earlier on.
See what Renegade do here. So far, very nice damage. That will lead to 2 dead, but it feels like right away the pressure's coming in yet again. Impressive from Acid, and it feels like Optic's starting to get a little bit of a managed advantage at times, but Akave making sure to at least trade out one of those kills each time.
Yeah, Former did a really good job actually of just supporting those 2 players. Came in, cleaned up the damage, kept that bomb moving to more of a mid-map neutral position, and now a little bit of help from the teammate. You would imagine they'll be able to take down Leuor. Renegade has picked up a kill himself. Should be the next victim, but still manages to take 2 down. There might be a teammate, potentially, but bomb now moving towards the gen. Bound having to play bodyguard.
Taking a look here at Bound numbers so far, 15 and 12. Tied for most kills on the team, and really only bested by Leuor with 17. But positive 6, though, has been impressive so far. And this has been, I mean, so back and forth, and it feels like a well-fought battle. The only question is, which team is going to get the right timing on the first 3 dead, really, and make sure to convert?
Well, the big moment here is that Optic might be able to get a camo. I was going to say that, but unfortunately for them, Acid is about to pop it. At least it's going to be stopped and potentially burnt if it hasn't been dropped down bottom middle. 1-4 observing. Team is telling us that it has indeed been burnt. So it's not perfect for Optic, but you'd rather not have it than maybe the opposition not have it than have it at all.
Exactly, and they haven't converted yet, right? So you can make the argument that maybe because Optic Gaming is able to shut down that camo, right? They won't have to face another 45-second disadvantage with a camouflage player. Maybe this is finally an opening for them at the 4-minute mark.
Lqgend finds 1, 2 dead here for Akave. Esports bomb is moving behind the presence of Formal and Lqgend, who are the furthest players up here for Optic, trying to find some angles, trying to support each other. And all of a sudden you're seeing Akave getting pinched a bit in the back of the base. If they deal with Magico here, then there might be an opportunity to arm comfortably. Lqgend though, uncomfortable, but this is where he does his best work. A double kill, a killing spree, and he's got the support to try and get this bomb armed. 50% of the way, 75% of the way. Optic are going to get the first one. They're up by 1.
Didn't even start the arm right away. They had all the luxury because of the timing of just how quick succession you saw from Lqgend on those kills. Really nicely done. He even does the job himself to get that arm in. He might be even, but that big, big play will now give them the lead. Like we said, you give Optic Gaming 1 little inch, they're going to take it.
Waiting for the repeat here of Drift. Not going to come. His teammate Renegade, though, will clean up that damage. And Lqgend's elusive, I was about to say, to escape into the gen with his life. But not going to be the case this time around. Optic trying to keep that bomb at least halfway up the map at the moment. But while taken down as well as Renegade on our screens, we'll find not just the assists, but a beat down onto Magico as well.
Feels like now it might have been all that Optic Gaming really needed, because they can kind of continue playing the game that they were playing up until this point, where even though they might have been on the back foot, as they do have 3 dead, they're going to continue running here. Maybe start an arm. There are spawners up, so they will need to slay, and Renegade knows it.
Going to have to get some more work done here in the Slays department before that bomb can be moved in. Camo's coming up as well. It's not looking good positionally here for Akave. 2 players are dead. Renegade has eyes on top middle as well. He's heeding the call-outs of his teammates, and that's going to be the second arm going in for Optic Gaming. They double their advantage. They're now up 2-0.
Really nicely done, and Optic did not hesitate once they got the second opportunity, even though Leuor has another camo. That's another story. We'll talk about power-up control after the game, but for now, Optic Gaming will strike again, not wasting any time and making sure to just take advantage of the opportunity and get the timing. And at 2-0 with 2 minutes left, you get the feeling this will just be a control game for them.
Standout statistic that's just caught my eye. Optic formal, 18 assists in this game and still positive. The human UAV has found his range.
Double that of anyone on Akave.
Yes.
These are some insane numbers coming out from him. Indeed, great catch from you, and Formal has been putting in the work.
Richie Hines numbers. Well, though, the Instasplode is going to find a couple of kills, and Optic are going to be 2 dead. Bomb is moving in for Akave. And this might be the opportunity, especially with Leuor with his green gun in his hand. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage.
Renegade gets both. Renegade gets both.
Oh, dear. That could have been done better.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Mark. Renegade somehow on the fadeaway is in a separate 1v1, but gets both kills. And from that POV, it looked like some dark magic. And they're just going to do a little bit of fridge hold here, which I don't hate. They've earned it.
Just over 60 seconds left in this game number 1 for Optic to confirm what feels like a win for them. There has been opportunities for Akave, though. We highlighted the amount of early pressure and map control they did have that they weren't able to convert on. Some of that misplays from them, some of that very good defensive plays from Optic Gaming. But efficiency-wise, I think it's been 3 times that Optic have had the bomb in the base, and it's turned into 2 plants.
Man, and now just going to play these last 40 seconds, and Optic Gaming just really good late game composure. I think they were fine with, even though they forfeited a lot of camos, just fine knowing that at 0-0, everything's still to play for. And now they're just kind of running laps around the map. Those kills will be traded out, but not a problem, really. Renegade is 28-19.
Yeah, I was about to highlight that, actually, just quietly going 28-19 in this Elim Round 2 game. And it is just a case now of letting the sand kind of drop, the final grains of sand hit the bottom of the hourglass before we call this an Optic Gaming win. 7 seconds left in this game, no chance for Akave to get that bomb planted. And Optic finding a little bit of comfort in that game after the first few moments. It really did feel like it was theirs to win, and when they did, we'll be back with game number 2 in just a few moments. Game number 2 is live. Welcome back to the Bravo stream, everyone. If you're watching in the building, hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. If you're watching at home, hope you're having an equally exceptional Saturday here. I had to think for a second of what day it was, but yeah, we got it right. 3-1 off the rip here, Optic Gaming, having taken game number 1 in this elimination round 2 game against Akave Esports. Nice shot coming in from Renegade, and I tell you what, Andy, it feels like we were watching this man do exactly this just a few moments ago on another team. It
really does, and Renegade's going to get that camo essentially, even though it's contested just a little bit. You can call it for free. He had laid down the angles, and he needs to. Can also have a repulse camo spike. This is pretty deadly. It will be difficult to kill him.
If this was real life, he would be moving slower than everyone else. The amount of equipment he's having to carry.
You got a nod. German, by the way.
I think it was Austrian.
Oh, yeah. Austro-Hungarian? Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why both of our heads went there, but Renegade doing his best impression
of a mid-century,
mid-Europe Hungarian medieval soldier.
Germanic.
Or as they call them in Halo, Spartans. 9-3, the score, 6 kills. Interesting to see he hasn't really been able to find any targets while we've been wasting everyone's time. Finally does find one player who was taken down to no shields, making that a very, very simple kill. And now with the camo dissipated, which you could say is disappointing for Optic fans. Now it's up to Renegade to do it.
Imagine that angle.
The inventive way.
Okay,
by the way,
I was hoping he wasn't only going to survive. I was hoping, first of all, that's amazing to stay alive that long and so obnoxious, 15-6, but I was hoping he was going to get that crazy angle where he saw Big Door for just a split second, which might have happened and maybe an online event or something I missed, but I have yet to see that turn the play.
It is spooky season.
True.
And that certainly was a spooky looking play from Renegade. Somehow got the stick in that situation, got the kill with the plasma grenade. And at 18-8, I have to say Optic fully in control. Both hands on the wheel, Andy, is how I describe it.
Firmly. Gripping.
3 o'clock and 9 o'clock position.
That's the legal way. Cops love to see that. See what Lqgend can do. Advancing here, gonna get another free kill just below Nest. Just kind of continue to control back Mud, and where the team shot looked good from Akave in game number 1, it feels like Optic Gaming has now taken certainly that title. And not just in the gameplay, but on the scoreboard as well. It's 22-12.
Yeah, Lqgend just having one of those kind of games. I mean, everyone on Optic is having one of those games at the moment, but 6-3, just double positive off the rip. Sometimes you see Lqgend go on these little runs, and the score reflects it heavily in the favor of the team. And the jersey that he is sporting, of course, Optic Gaming looking to just collapse on this damage that's been done by Lqgend early on. Even though a couple of kills get traded out, trade's just quite simply not good enough for Akave at this point. But they do get away with a sniper rifle, by the looks of it.
Camo.
And somehow they've got camo as well, like you say.
Not over. I mean, this game is still within reason. Don't get me wrong. Would require quite a lot of work and coordination from Akave, but still doable. Let's see if they can get this game back under control.
Two dead on the side of Optic. It's an opportunity here for maybe a little run from Akave Esports. Another pick comes in the feed. The Renegade's going to be dead, which is usually a good sign if you're chasing down a team that has an established lead on you. Where did Lqgend just come from, by the way? I had absolutely no sound cue whatsoever, and Lqgend just appeared.
What he does best. Bounds your last player alive here, so 22-29. 23-29. A triple kill killing spree with speed from Leuor.
Okay.
Gets it in the last possible frame, and like I said, this one is not just over yet. Optic Gaming is going to need to make sure they close this out and close it out strong. Let's see how this next rotation of Slays goes.
Yeah, this is one of those situations I was talking about. Sometimes you can get into a little bit of a bad habit when you get out to a good start, when you've had a good win in game 1, and you start to think the series is over before it's over. And I mean, Optic should have had enough of a warning of that this morning, of that series against Mindfreak, to not make those very simple mistakes that are very easy to let slip into your gameplay. And I'm liking what I'm seeing here from Optic, actually. Even though it's been a good run, they've just turtled up a little bit here, slowed the game down, and there's the pitch for Lqgend and Bound. Leuor gets another one to just try and inch his team back into it, but Optic at least trying to get 4 on the map here.
Using his space combat sidekick, one of the best versions of that gun. Will get a stick as well in the end, and
They look like the head of the pterodactyl.
well, actually it was
Power Rangers.
It was quite prehistoric, wasn't it?
Twas. Camera gets picked up here by Akave. We're having a good time here, folks.
Still a 4-kill game here, 35-31, and what was a 10-kill Optic Gaming lead has now just been reduced to 5. Optic Gaming still looking good, but as I said, not over yet, and Magico gets another back-to-back camos. Once again, the gameplay is too dense and juicy right now to get into this. We're going to do it in the post-game, but Optic Gaming not with the most solidified power-up control, to say the least, in this series.
Leuor's found another kill. It's just a 3-kill game now. And if Magico can find a little pick here with this camo, or even get information and some shots into Optic Gaming,
here's some information.
We might see a tied game. Everyone is bottom middle. I don't know the Spanish or Spanish for that, but it is going to be Optic who at least get a couple of trades in what looked like a horrible situation where they were all trapped bottom middle.
That's what it was. In the end, though, it was all the information. It was more about too much information, but they could not convert. And in the end, they make sure to take down the player. Still, though, a 4-kill game, make it 5. It's a key kill from Bound. He has a snipe.
Yeah, a couple of kills just got picked up by Optic there as the sniper's picked up by Bound. And I think that's just given them a little bit of relative comfort, where now they can wait for Akave to move to them. Bound's just going to be holding tower here, looking for angles. At some point, Akave have to push. They're chasing the game. There is still a lot of time left. 4 more. Can't get the QT away to survive, but now Bound has to do a bit of work.
Boom, boom. Almost makes it happen in 2 shots. 43-38. Still a little bit of comfort here, but not done just yet. 5 shots left for Bound, and really has the opportunity to end the game with this single sniper rifle.
Magico down to no shields. Does get a kill, but Renegade will trade it out. 4 to go here.
Yeah, they'll take all the trades, of course, here at this point. Happy to do it, and Drift is trying to just stay alive behind and praying that that cinder block will keep him alive, and does for now. Here comes the push.
Yeah, starting to just pinch in, but Renegade gets picked off again. Lqgend will find a trade, and at this point, that's absolutely fine. If you're Optic Gaming, there's one for Bound. The second one is right in front of him. A very simple shot. Finishing it off in style, potentially.
He's getting shot in the back the whole time.
Lqgend will close it out here, and just before we finish the game, when you said boom, boom there, it reminded me of when the sniper rifle had bloom. And I wanted to say, boom, 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 the sniper has no bloom.
I thought you were going to say, boom, here comes the boom. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Bravo stream. Bound on your screen, and Optic Gaming 2 to the good up in this elimination bracket. Round 2 matchup against Akave Esports, and a double kill, the perfect POV to start with. We might turn it into a triple early on here. We've got a little bit of King of the Hill, though, to play here, Andy.
Yeah, let's see what Acid can do in this 1v1. He wins it, and probably going to scurry away to the tunnel. Might not get away with much. More! And
Gets
I
away
am so glad
with absolute murder
that he proves me wrong. What a turn from Acid there. That was unbelievable. Picks up 2.
Legend, boy.
Unbelievable shots there.
Akave now have control of the ice side of the map, so we'll be able to step their tippy toes inside of this hill and try and hold Optic at bay. I would say if you can get a 3 or 4 dead, this is one of the more solid hills to hold because you can spawn the opposition across map. The only problem is it's difficult to hold when everyone's in the death screen. Optic have broken back almost immediately and should be able to flip the map.
Gotta say, I have to note that on back ice, it was Lqgend who spawned up again and won kind of a retaliatory 1v1 against Acid. So a little bit of a nice rivalry developing already in this game number 3. Pretty much even-ish hill time across the first hill between the two.
Yeah, as they say, Andy, it's not who strikes first, it's who strikes hardest.
True, actually, yeah.
I don't know who said that.
And who's left lying on the floor at the end. Yeah, so far, it has been Akave Esports, but the series is not over yet. Renegade has been popping off all sorts of ways today, and going to try to make sure that this game number 3 is no exception to that rule.
Steps back into the hill. You have the responsibility of holding up this push bottom middle, getting information for Optic Gaming. Such a difficult angle to kind of output damage from, though, inside of this hill. Not a lot of great lines of sight, and a lot of pressure can be applied to you, and Optic are finding that right now. 3 dead. Akave have managed to flip the spawns, flip where Optic Gaming were holding, and now have themselves inside of that hill once more.
Acid trying to find some angles, but based on the fact he didn't see anyone right away, he knows he has to kind of rotate back. I like this move to help on ice. Some good progress here. It's a 3v3 on the map, now a 2v2.
Grab that QT, and we know how deadly this could be. Just being able to overextend, grab information, do damage, and then escape back to the safekeeping of your teammates. Renegade is going to fall.
Wow.
That is a very simple double kill, and it might be a triple as well. Bound jumps into the shroud.
QT's back to the same spot he was already in.
As Acid jumps back into some sort of physics portal thing.
That's one of the first times I have seen someone QT back into the spot that they had already set the QT, only to then QT back a 3rd time thereafter.
Surprise.
No one ever do that again.
Shots coming in from Acid, but there's going to be 2 members of Optic Gaming he has to deal with in this circumstance, and Akave are going to find themselves 2 dead initially. And now they're going to find themselves 4 dead. So what is... welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the pause in gameplay. What we have missed is Optic Gaming over this game, continuing their form in this series. The game didn't stop. It is a continuation of what you can take the other side. We are again a little bit of POV of Leuor here, so just keep your eyes on that little white indicator on the players' names on the score.
Keep here in the back, making sure that we're able to see gameplay despite the fact and happy to say that, of course, the game was continuing despite losing maybe at first it is registered. So just like that, we're game not over yet.
Yeah, almost found themselves. Renegade, even though he gets taken down. Akave now just 1 alive, having split the difference of between the 2 teams in half with that capture a few moments ago. Lqgend on your screen right now. And this is a more difficult kill to hold. I wonder if Optic are going to opt to try and step this on with late for the slates.
Exactly it. See what Lqgend can be able to do here. Swing around and swing around, and it's going to absolutely clear it. They're going to advance on. Minor man advantage just a second for Akave. It looks like they're going to convert yet again. Bound gets taken down.
Just 1 minute and 19 seconds. They will stop that score.
I don't know what
ended up with everybody falling, which honestly was probably the best.
Yeah, man, that was clean slated. So any progress here, enough to be concerning. I think they've got 6 seconds where it looks looks like they're choosing to play time. Let's see if they can be able to do that.
Yeah, difficult with the attack in this one, especially with the open nature of the hill. It's very easy to respawn and a couple of players just right out the big hill.
Big kill.
Renegade's job right now is just are spawning close to him to keep Akave out of this hill. And doing just this.
That probably won them the game. Unbelievable from Renegade. In the back of the base. Not once, but twice. Picks off 1v1s that you could say from the other side should have been trees, and then stays alive to, as you said, anchor the spawns continuing. Now the point
Sometimes to see picks up a killing spree and a double kill. For a trade.
Yeah.
Sorry, going for an LBR, then moves in for the trade. So you get a little bit thrown up. Just 7 seconds left. Alongside him, and Optic will close out the series and stay alive here in Charlotte. Optic Gaming 3-0 over Akave. Unfortunately, Akave will exit the tournament.
They will indeed, and Optic Gaming looking strong. I think people rooting for really a big Optic Gaming run. We'll take a look at some of the stats here for just a second. To pan over to some of the juicy numbers. It's going to be
20-8. Wow. For Renegade.
I mean, he just keeps doing it. He just keeps putting up the numbers. And I want to give a quick, acknowledgement to what you said earlier, Mark, the fact that with each game and each series in the elim bracket, Optic Gaming will get better and better.
They certainly will. We'll have to see if Optic keep that trend continuing as they run their way through this elimination bracket. Well, hopefully, I'll remember how to speak. We'll see you in a few moments, everyone. Optic continue their journey.